Okay, let's have a look then. We're in business. Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel, the home of Chelsea content here on YouTube for you lots, the home of footballing content. And today I think this video is probably the most highly requested video I've ever had. And it's also, I'm not gonna lie, the most angry I've ever been when it comes to turning on the camera and recording a video, because I have a lot of things that I want to discuss here within this video today. And I want you all to be very aware that when I started this channel, I said to myself, I don't want to swear on my YouTube channel because I want 8-year-olds to be able to watch, 18-year-olds, 28-year-olds, 88-year-olds, and you know what old people can be like sometimes. They look at the younger generation constantly using swear words to emphasize all their points, and they're like, that is a trash bin mouth that you have there, sunshine. I never wanted that. Today's going to be the hardest day in order to try and not spew out a load of vocabulary that is along the borderlines of trash, because I feel very passionately about this Super League. I feel very passionate about Chelsea being one of the 12, or however many it is, founding clubs of this so-called Super League. And you know why? You know why I care about it so much? I care about it because, above all else, if Chelsea Football Club was, goodness forbid, to cease to exist, at least I'd still have football. At least I would still have football, you know? At least I can still watch football, enjoy football, you know, revel in teams that still exist who I never really like losing. And see these beautiful stories of teams that you don't quite ever think are going to do well, doing well. That is the beauty of football. The beauty of football for me, and the reason I love it so much, is because it is a sport that promotes inclusivity. You don't have to have ever been to a Chelsea game, but you can support Chelsea. You can buy the shirt. You can watch them from India, Afghanistan, flipping Somalia, Nigeria, Ghana, USA, Canada, Mexico, Argentina, England, London. It doesn't matter where you're from. No one is ever going to say, well, not anybody that I respect. No one's ever going to say to you, you can't support Chelsea. Of course you can support Chelsea. Football is an inclusive sport that your dog can get involved in, your cat can get involved in. Any human being in the world is welcome to the sport of football. But what this Super League does, and for me this is the most sad part, it shows that the biggest clubs in the world, the biggest clubs in Europe, they don't see football as a sport anymore. They see it as a business. They see it as a place where those of the people that control the finances of the club, they have big opportunities being thrown at them left, right and centre, and from one another, just to line their pockets with even deeper layers of cash. And as a fan of the emotion behind the sport, as a fan of this, anyone can be involved, and I love the fairy tales. I loved it when Leicester won the Premier League, as weird as that may sound, because Chelsea didn't win it, but Leicester did. I love this about football. From the pit of my stomach and the bottom of my heart, I love all of these little narratives. It makes following Chelsea and following football that much more exciting and interesting, because there's a genuine, heartfelt warmth about the sport. And with this Super League, what it does is it segregates the very, very rich clubs. Okay, let me get this correct as well. It's not even the biggest, best clubs. It's just the rich ones. Just the rich ones. The ones that want the most money because, COVID. Let's just use COVID as a smokescreen, shall we? All of these clubs have still got bucket tons of money. Let's be real. The real ones who are struggling are the ones in the lower divisions in English football, the lower divisions in all other leagues across Europe. They're the ones who are really struggling. And you know why? Because for those clubs, me and you walking through the gates to go and support them on a Saturday at 3 in the afternoon is everything. It means absolutely everything. It doesn't necessarily ride on billion-dollar deals from TV companies or mega competitions where we can box office it makes me sick. Do you know what? It actually makes me sick thinking Chelsea could play Real Madrid every other week. That makes me feel sick. The fact that we've never played them in the Champions League and we're about to, oh wait, we're about to, are we? But maybe we won't be able to because we might be suspended from the champ. Do you guys understand? I know you do. I'm not saying to you. I'm talking to people at Chelsea Football Club here. Not just Chelsea, all of the other clubs who have joined this. Do you understand what this is going to do? We have got used over the years to having these massive competitions. They're flipping big, you know. The Champions League, when Chelsea won the Champions League trophy, I cried uncontrollably like a little baby for 3 hours because it meant so flipping much to me. And that trophy, let's talk about the actual tangible thing. This is a tripod. Let's pretend this is the Champions League trophy. I got to see that. I went on a trip with the Champions League and Heineken. I went to Panama and Jamaica, and I actually got to sit on a yacht with the actual trophy. Do you know, I was scared to go near it. I was scared that a shark was going to come and bite it away, and just the name Chelsea on that 2012 trophy was going to be taken away. I was literally so in awe of that trophy that I literally didn't know what else to do when I was on the boat. I should be drinking beers and enjoying myself. That trophy means something. It actually means something. It has history. And history, the past, is what makes us enjoy the present for what it really is, which is valuable. It's something to fight for. We can't win the Champions League from 2018, that's been and gone. But we can win the Champions League in 2021, and it is something, a competition that is known all over the world as being something incredibly special. And joining this Super League is going to make being involved in that UEFA Champions League impossible. Because rightly so, and I'm not saying that UEFA are saints, I'm not saying FIFA are saints, they are absolutely 100% categorically not saints in this world. They're not perfect whatsoever, but it is the UEFA Champions League. And if Chelsea are told that they can't be part of that competition, all because we wanted to chase a slightly bigger payday, or maybe a much bigger payday, whatever the money is, it's not about the numbers, it's about the principles. And playing against Krasnodar in the Champions League group stage might not appeal to everyone. I get that. I totally understand that. I'm not going to sit here and say you're more or less of a football fan or more or less of a Chelsea fan if you only watch us against Bayern Munich or Paris Saint-Germain or Real Madrid, but you don't watch us against Krasnodar. It's not my place to say that. What football is an opportunity for the teams that probably shouldn't beat the big boys to do it. And if you remove yourself from that just because you want to be involved in a Super League, look how bloody big balls we are. We were playing Barcelona. I don't care. I really don't care. And as a football fan, someone who cares about this sport and our club more than anything else in the flipping world, I want to care. I don't want to have this feeling that the only reason that we exist as an entity anymore is because we want lots of money. I don't care about that. That isn't what Chelsea is to me. You know the song, "You'll never notice how much I love you until you've taken my Chelsea away." My Chelsea is your Chelsea, is everyone who's watching this video's Chelsea, it's everybody who's ever thought about Chelsea's Chelsea. If we join this Super League and we remove ourselves from the UEFA Champions League and we remove ourselves from the Premier League because the Premier League is saying they don't want these top 6 clubs from flipping England or whoever it is being involved. If that's the case, you've taken away my Chelsea. And that's Chelsea Football Club taking away my Chelsea, you know? I'm disgusted that we've even considered it because I'm a fan who loves football and I love what football means. And I love this. I love the Premier League. I love the Champions League. It's what I live for. Don't take it away just because you think, you know, playing Barcelona every week's going to be good. It's going to be great for the revenue. Yeah, no problem. But the feeling and what football means will be gone. I'm telling you now, it will be gone because we know as fans that our opinion, which by the way I think is almost universally against it, if you really do want this Super League, then please let me know in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to listen to your reasons. Funneling wise, in terms of if you're not allowed to play in the Premier League anymore, all of the big advertisers who give the Premier League the money which makes it what it is, yes, there's a massive disparity between the Premier League and the lower leagues below it. But if this is to happen, it takes so much money out of the Premier League, which then funnels down into English football, grassroots, everything becomes so unattainable for the average person or the average football club, there is nothing to fight for anymore. There's absolutely nothing to fight for. You know, if West Ham United, they're a good example here, brilliant club this season, fantastic, doing amazingly well. But if the only reason why they win the Premier League next year is because Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham and Chelsea aren't in it, I reckon that's going to feel good? It's not just about the clubs who are actually going into this super flipping league, hashtag no Super League, please. It's about everything else underneath it. This doesn't just impact us as Chelsea fans who don't want to see us in this competition because we quite flipping like football the way it is. We love it. It's not just about that. It's about all of the teams below who are not part of this elitist group where they have their nice fancy meetings drinking $10,000 bottles of red wine whenever they go and meet one another in the Premier League, but then they save the flipping cheap Jacobs Creek for when, I don't know, Sheffield United come into town. This isn't like that, you know. This is seriously going to impact football as we know it in every single way that we can. And as a Chelsea fan, I implore you, Chelsea Football Club, listen to me. I'm a Chelsea fan who gives a lot of F words about our football club and about football in general. Listen to everybody else who's tweeting you. Listen to everybody else who is Instagram messaging you, who is commenting on our Instagram pictures. Everybody whose week was made when we qualified for the UEFA Champions League semi-final a few days ago and an FA Cup final at the weekend. Listen to these people who know what it means if we enter this Super League, which removed us from these competitions. We're not happy. We don't like it. You know, you already make a lot of money being Chelsea. We make a lot of money. Stop chasing after something to make this beautiful sport that unites people all over the world and unites Chelsea fans alike. Stop making this about money for once. Look at this and think, okay, nobody wants this apart from a couple of geezers within the club or women, men, whoever it is. I'm not going to say one because then I will be talking about how I was sexist or whatever. This isn't about this. This is about maintaining something that is bigger than cash. Football as we know it, if this Super League goes ahead with the teams that are supposedly about to enter it, football as we know it will never be the same again. It's not an overreaction. This isn't a, oh, you know, everyone's bandwagoning and jumping. It's because it's actually bad, okay? And it's bad because if you care about football, you don't want this to happen. If you don't care about football and you're new around here and you like all these big matches and the fact that there's loads of, this conversation is not for me and you to engage in. I'm sorry, I'm getting really flipping agitated here. I don't want Chelsea to join the Super League, and I implore each and every one of you who also don't to share this video and to share the thought of us not being in the Super League, please, because I don't want to be not able to play Champions League football, and I don't want to not be able to play Premier League football, and sometimes being a football fan is bigger than being a fan of the club that you support. I don't want the after effects of this Super League being into effect to kill off more teams. You know, I was gutted when I saw Bury leave the Football League. I was gutted when it looked like Bolton Wanderers are about to leave the Football League. Whenever I see that, all I can think of is empathy for all of those fans, you know, who supported a club who are no longer there. And it's because money is already a tight commodity in this game. And if we really start to monopolise this even more, our beautiful game is no longer so beautiful. But I'm going to wrap this video up here. I've said as much as I want to say right now. I'm going to do a bit of research. I'm going to learn a bit more about this because I want to inform you lot as best as I possibly can. But an emotional reaction is what we got today because that's how I feel right now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Catch you all tomorrow. Come on, you Blues.